Hi, welcome.
We're going to do two chapters at once because that's how we roll.
Yeah.
We're going to see how fast we can go here. So this is chapters 3 and 4, so
Mhm.
which go together really well. Preparing your data and joining tables. This shouldn't actually take very long, um, but these are a really big deal because what we're talking about is the ability to take um, tabular data, in other words, a spreadsheet, and join it to your spatial data, in other words, geography. So this is just a huge deal. I know you're excited, aren't
I
you?
know, and you're like, what? Doesn't sound
We're
like a huge
excited.
deal, but you'll see.
Trust us.
We promise.
I'm pre-med, pre-law, something like that. Anyway, okay. So first, let's start with the census site because that's where the book starts and for good
Yeah.
reason. So um, and as we note in the book, let's see, how does it we brilliantly put it? Why doesn't the US Census Bureau website look like my book? Because they change it every few minutes. At least it
It
feels like it
seems
to
like
us,
the
right?
functionality is always there, but they change. I mean, it must be somebody's job to change stuff, and that's the only way they get paid is to change stuff.
I,
Because
I don't know.
you can still do what you want to do, but sometimes you have to go about it in different ways or like look for it in a different place. So just have
Yeah.
patience with the census website. You can get what you need from it.
And it's a great site.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's got a
don't
lot of
don't get
great
us
stuff.
wrong. And it has just so much data here. It's just crazy.
Yes.
So right off the bat, though, you skip a step because if you scroll down on the splash page, you get explore tables. And by the way, if you want to look at it, you can build maps here. And these maps, by the way, are just maps that exist online. I think you can export them as a PDF or a JPEG, but they're not live maps that you can do stuff with.
Like you can't bring them into GIS.
Yeah.
So
Um, anyway, so then they have some examples and all sorts of stuff. And there's some videos here that might be useful to you. So, okay, back up we go. That didn't make you dizzy. So then we can just go straight to explore tables. It wasn't that easy. And now I'm just going to look at the book here because it tells me what I need to do. So, and again, this looks a little different than it did when we first looked at it. So, but that's okay. That is okay. So topics. So that's over here is our on our filter site. It's still called topics. So there's a good start. Populations. Yeah. Populations and people and age and sex. All righty. And we don't need to do any advanced filters on that. So that's good to go. Now back over here, we want to do a particular area. So geography, and we say county, because we're going to get all the counties for a state. You can do whatever state you'd like, do the state you're comfortable with. Um, just know that Hawaii is hard to fit on a map. So to the point where you can actually see anything. If you want to do Hawaii though, enjoy. Um, Alaska is probably even tougher because the population densities are just not there. Um, Heck, now I'm all excited. I'm going to go look at Alaska when we're done because that's how we roll. Okay, so California.
and we do that because we both live in California. It's what we know.
Yes.
Plus,
Although
it's
Bonnie,
got a lot of counties, so you can
although
see.
Bonnie did go to grad school in Nebraska,
I did.
so big Huskers fan there.
Woohoo! Go Big Red.
And we can see how terribly fast this is loading. I hope you can see this is just doing like a pulsing thing. Oh, there
There.
we go.
Yeah.
Now we want all the counties, which there are, I believe, 58 of them.
Yeah, don't know.
I have lived in two and you've lived in two, right?
Yeah.
But those two counties, not the
Not the
same two, by
same
the way.
too.
It's a lot of people. Kind of fun to look at, like the San Bernardino County is the largest county in the US by area, and in it you could fit many states.
Yeah.
Um, Kind of curious. That's where Death, isn't Death Valley in San Bernardino County? Or is that Riverside County? I don't know.
I don't
Okay.
know. I would guess San Bernardino, but yeah, I don't really know.
They both have a lot of desert,
Yeah.
exciting places. Okay. So there we got all counties and then years back over here. Okay. Years. And we want, in this case, we're going to take 2020 because hindsight is 2020, as they say. Okay. And then we see now we are down to 474 results. And as it happens, there's the one we want right at the very top. So that's still working.
Yay.
Yay. And then, so here's what's a little screwy. And I remember when I looked at this earlier, I had this issue. So, um, like you go, okay, well, what am I supposed to do now? What's supposed to happen here? And it's up. I can see their site is really lagging.
It really is. That's pretty
Oof.
slow. It's making my laptop look good. Do we want download table data?
Yeah, but I was just trying to show what it does, that it's not obvious. So you have it selected, and
Uh,
now we do download table data. And then we would download it. And let me show
do you
you
have it
then.
checked? Do you have a check mark by the?
Oh, that's right. Now you got to check it.
Okay.
So kind of interesting, isn't it? And then download. See, and so this is what we want. Yes. And download zip. I've already done it. So here's the zip file you get. If you don't know how to deal with zip files, I don't know what kind of computer you're on, but on a Windows computer, um, you can just open it like this, and there you've got the pieces in it. And here's a nice thing that the Census Bureau does. Let's give us a little more room here so we can see these. It gives us information about it. This is called the metadata. So first we have the table notes, which are opening on another screen. Let me bring that over. And it tells us some useful things about the data. And then we have the column metadata, which tells us what each of the columns is. Okay, so, ooh, there's a lot there, isn't there? So if you need it, it's there. If you don't need it, it's still there, but you don't have to look at it. So don't worry about it. But it is helpful that they have that. Because a lot of times you'll get data where like the fields will say value one, value two, value three, and so on. And you go, well, what the heck is that? Or data one, data two, right?
Yeah, that's not
Or
helpful.
they have abbreviations that you just can't understand. So, because here's an important trick.
Yeah.
This is what you're going to end up with, by the way, right here, this spreadsheet.
Yeah, so this is what you end up with after you do your processing, because I can see at
Yes.
the bottom you've got your tab is renamed to seniors. You've got all the field headers with the names changed. So this is like your result at the end of chapter 3.
And this is what you start with.
Yeah.
Like, oh, holy Toledo, don't worry. Um, it's not a problem because you're just getting a lot of data and you're just going to take out what you don't need.
And I
Yep.
recommend don't just take it out by deleting it. Make a copy and keep the original one with all the stuff. Because if you find out later that you need just one more thing out of that table, but you already deleted it, then you have to go back and do it all again.
Yeah.
So do a save as and then delete the fields on the saved as one.
Well, and as it is, this thing's going to be read only, I think, when it comes in. So, um, heck, you don't have to worry about overwriting it. And it's what's called a CSV file, which
Mhm.
is also known as comma delimited. And
Yeah,
when you save it,
comma separated
that's
values.
it. Comma separated values. Thank you. Um, but you're going to save it as an actual Excel file, just because that's easier to manage. So what you'll do then is Okay. I'm not going to run through every step here because that's going to drive you crazy and probably us too. So
Hmm.
we're going to delete a bunch of these. And so you can just click on one, extend out here to someplace, hold the shift key, and see how I'm clicking on the headers. And then I could right click and say delete. Now, I don't want to do that right now because I've just randomly picked. And in this case, we have given you the value that you're looking for, which is that 05 with five more zeros and then US. And that gives you that column that has the seniors in it.
And
Okay.
I would say the easy way to find it is to do a find.
Yeah.
So you don't have to just look through all
Oh,
these
heavens,
fields
yes.
to get to it.
So let's just do it. 05, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, US. Okay. Well, I'm not looking in the right place because I should have done columns. Um,
Oh,
yeah, I
I
actually
I
skipped
don't
a whole
know.
bunch.
Mine doesn't come up like that, so
Huh.
mine's a lot more simple. Oh, maybe collapse the options.
Well, and plus, I'm sorry, I jumped ahead a whole bunch there. So we needed to change the name here. This where it says name, change that to county. And anyway, there's some other steps here. And then you're gonna find that S0101. So 0100E, don't you love that? It's all in the book. Don't worry about it. You're going to change that to population. So that makes it easy. All right. Just follow the steps. If you aren't comfortable with Excel, don't worry about it because these are real straightforward things to do.
Yeah, the good
And
part is we did all the hard work of finding what you need and
yeah,
gave you a way to get right to it. So,
yeah. Okay. So here's what you're going to end up with though. And by the way, to go from here to here is just a couple of minutes. So don't worry about
yeah,
it. It's not a problem.
it's really not bad.
And that's basically it. So, and we've saved it and it's happy, right? Okay. So then the next step is the join. And so here I have my California counties. And so if you haven't noticed, now we've slipped into chapter 4.
Yep.
So Bonnie is an expert on joins.
I, I was gonna say I love joins, but I guess I kind of do. I am sort of an expert at them.
Yeah.
Um, so if you have any trouble, please let me know. Um,
Yeah. Now,
Also, I wanted to just show you that in the table of contents, we brought in that Excel file and it's not listed with the rest of the data. It's listed under standalone tables because it doesn't have a geography yet that it can go on a map. So it's just listed below and you can open it like Barry's done underneath the map. You can open it and see what's in it, but it doesn't show up on the map yet.
and then I've also opened the attribute table for California counties. So see here, attribute table. There it is. Same thing here. Well, it's just open because all it has is attributes. This, of course, has a lot more to it. So um, now to join it is an
Okay.
easy thing.
Okay, Barry, why would we join it? And that's because the counties don't have a population number, I'm guessing, and they don't have the number of seniors. So
Yeah.
that's what we really want is we want the number of seniors and the population for each county, but we want to show it on the map. And so that's why we have to bring our tabular information and join it to the shapefile so that those two fields will get added to the polygons and then we can symbolize them.
Yeah, and the exciting things that it has here are like the land area, the water area, and so on, the latitude and longitude, and it has the county name, and then it has this little trick here, the geo ID, which those are designated by the Census Bureau, so they create those things. And
Yep.
by the way, if you look here, you can actually figure out their system. So they have the county, just the county here, but the geo ID. So what you can figure out from looking at all these is those first two digits are actually the state. So '06 is California, which I assume is alphabetically the sixth state,
Oh, probably.
right? Anyway, I assume so. But um, we didn't have to create any of this stuff. This is what you get when you downloaded that data, and I renamed it. Oh, something really important here. You may say, well, why do they have like this one? We have pretty reasonable names, seniors population. But let's say we have,
Yes, we changed them in Excel. That's why.
but what if they had name it? What if we had six columns of information about seniors? One was seniors living in poverty, one was seniors with income over X amount, and so on. Well, could we just call them like seniors in poverty and things like that? No, we could not. So, because there are database rules that you don't need to understand the why, but you do need to understand the what. And so field names um, cannot have spaces in them.
Yeah.
So you'll see a lot of them with attributes. So like if I
Yeah.
go
And
back to
so
our,
underscores are really good for spaces.
yeah. So like if you look at these, what their name is, and on the top one, then the second one, these are sort of what we call aliases, and they
Yes.
have like space in them. Oh, actually they don't. Yeah, that's wild. So you can't put spaces in. So underscores are popular, and also just uh, don't put any spaces in and put
Yeah.
capital letters between.
Yeah, kind of like you did California counties in the table of contents.
Yep. Which, by the way, in the table of contents, these are all just for clarity. So I would change that like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So because when you create your legend, as we did in the last chapter, your legend, you want to have the space in it. You want to have it be more readable. And plus for your own use. So keep it clean and you'll always be happy. Okay. So how do we join these guys? All right. So right click is a
Okay,
wonderful
so,
thing.
so you right click on the one that has geography. So if you have a points, lines, or polygons, that's the one you click on to join because it's the target. That's where
Yeah.
the tabular data to end up. That's where you want it to land. So you're
So add
trying to
join.
that one.
Uh, here's a problem. This is running way off the edge of the screen.
Oh,
Oh, there we go. It
there you
fixed
go.
itself. I moved it. Okay. And so I'm going to say GeoID and also a GeoID. So it looks a little different here, right?
Yeah.
And then we can,
Okay, here we've missed a lot.
yeah.
So your geo ID may be a numeric, but you
Oh, yeah.
can't have a numeric and a text field match each other. So you either have to turn one into the other or the other into the first one because they have to either both be text or both be numeric. And this is an easy way to figure it out because if you click on GeoID and the top one on input field and you click GeoID, I know that's a text field. If no choices came up on your table, it it would mean that your GeoID in your table, because it'll only give you suggestions that match
Yeah.
text or number of your original choice. So if nothing comes up, if that other GeoID doesn't come up, it means they don't match.
So I'm going to use land here. And so now, which is a numeric value, right?
Mm.
And so now it only gives me things that are numeric values.
Yep.
So it thinks that is. Anyway, that's screwy. But okay, let's back up here. Now, what are we going to choose? So here's important, really important stuff. Let's look at the GeoID. See how that's left justified? And as opposed to, and I'm going to make these bigger to make them more obvious. Let's do the water one.
Yeah.
See how these are right justified? These are genuine numbers because they are the area that is, and I assume that's square feet, but irrelevant. But these are actual numbers because it's how many square feet are water, or it's got to be square feet. How many are land? See that one? As opposed to the GeoID. And the geo, and see if I hover over it, it says text. If I hover over this, what type? It says double. That's a double integer or
It's
a double, oh, help me.
I don't know. It's
Anyway,
it's it's a number field.
yeah, it's number.
Yeah. And you can also see, like, if you look at name, that's left justified and you know that's text. So anything else that's left justified is text,
Yeah,
even if it's numbers, because like there's a couple fields on there that are numbers,
yeah.
but they're stored as text.
So as we explain in the book, there's a lot of numbers that aren't numbers, like telephone numbers. Your telephone number is not numeric. You don't subtract one telephone number from another one to know anything, right? So they could just as well be letters. Um, or I mean, the significance of the order of the digits doesn't matter, you know.
Yeah.
And now I've got to stop myself because I know somebody out there is going, oh, but wait, the switching equipment back in the day used to actually, they'd be numbers. Okay, I've been to the telephone museum and I know this because I was just there a couple months ago and it was kind of crazy fascinating, but let's skip that. Or let's take zip codes, for example. So here's a problem I ran into. I have all of my Christmas card list. Yes, we do Christmas cards. There's a field for zip code, and I set it up as numeric without thinking about it. But anybody on the East Coast whose zip code starts with zero, it just gets removed. Because like, well, we don't need a zero with anything without anything ahead of it. So I changed it into a text field. Like, oh, got it. Anyway, so that's the story on that. But so what do you do, Bonnie, if this, for example, if this was put in as numeric and this, on the other hand, was text, what do we do? Do we just give up? I
No, of course not. That's an easy problem. The other helpful thing is that inside of ArcGIS Pro, you cannot edit a an Excel table. You can't edit those. So your only hope is to edit the polygon shapefile or the polygon feature layer. And then that, oh, you would fix it in Excel, huh, Barry?
one or the other.
So there's several ways. So
Yeah,
I like to do stuff in ArcGIS better. So
yeah,
I would add a field to Pro and I would calculate it as text. I'd pick the one that's numeric and I'd do it as text. Or
yeah.
you can go out to Excel and I would make a new field. Don't try to turn the one from one to the other. Just make a new field, call it GeoID2,
Oops.
copy the stuff in and make it a numeric field or a
Yeah.
text field, whichever you're needing.
So you
So
can see here how it has that little, um, and by the way, you're going to learn how to calculate fields in a later chapter. I don't remember
yeah,
which one.
yeah.
Take a quick look here. Oh, calculate values, chapter 8. So it's not far away.
Yeah.
Um, and so you're going to be able to figure out how to do that. But in Excel, you know, you can change it. Okay, so here's something though, if I make a change here in the Excel table and save it, Right now, I actually have the same table open in two places. I have it open in Excel and I have it open here in Pro. And
And
that
Bonnie says, bad, bad, bad.
bad thing, yeah. So once I was going to add it here, I would have closed this spreadsheet. So, and then um, if I later on decide I need to make changes in the spreadsheet, which there's all sorts of reasons you want to do that. By the way, you see how it's giving me this warning thing here that's saying the number in this cell is formatted as text or preceded by an apostrophe. So Excel recognizes that this is being put in, even though it looks like numbers, it's left justified. So Excel says, hey, are you sure you want to do it that way? Now, in our case, of course, the answer is yes. That's exactly what we want. But if we wanted to instead turn it into a text, we could do it here in Excel. I mean, turn it into a number. Okay. All right. And more often though, you want to take a number and turn it into text in my experience.
And really, if you're going to edit in Excel, take it out of your Pro project, save the project without the table in it, and then make your edits in Excel, close Excel, add it back into the Pro project because
Yep.
they do not like to be spoken to at the same time.
Yep. So
Yeah,
that's
I don't understand why, but they do not like
just how it
to
is.
have stuff going on in two places.
But you always do want to make sure you have the right version. So let's do this. Add data. And as it is, there it is. There's my table. And by the way, oh, you see this? See this guy that starts with a tilde? That's because it's open in Excel. So watch what happens if I close Excel. Do I want to save that? No, I do not wish to save this. So let's go back here, GIS 20. And if I do an update on this,
Yeah, refresh.
there it is. See, now that other one's gone. So that's just a temporary file. So this is the better way to do it, to make sure that you have the right thing. Have only one of them open at a time.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So now we have seniors back. All right. Let's just go ahead and do the join because it's just too fun. All
Okay.
right. Right click, joins and relates, add join. Um, GOID, GOID. See, in this case, I only have one table to attach to, and one, um, I only have one spatial data layer.
Mhm.
So I get all of one to choose from, right? Okay. This is a handy thing. The validate join can say like, okay, this is all right. And it says, oh yeah, this is all good, but you probably want to index it. Don't worry about that. Ignore that for now and say,
Yeah,
okay,
it'll prompt you later for that anyway.
dun, 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 it's done.
Okay, so this is a good place to stop too. It does it literally like that and gives you no real indication that it's done, although I did just see something in the upper corner.
Yeah, it went by pretty quick.
Yeah, so if you're waiting for a message or some whiz bang thing to say, oh, yay, it worked, you're never gonna get that. So the only way to really tell is to go into your Polygon attribute table and go all the way to the end and make sure. See, now
Yeah.
we've got that pop, oh, all the way to
And
the.
since we already had the attribute table open, now
Mhm.
if I scroll over here, you can see it's already updated it. And now we
Yeah.
have population and seniors in here.
Yep. So that you know that it worked.
You can see the tremendous variation in size of our population. Oh, let's give you a little bonus thing here. If I right click on this and say sort ascending, so now we'll go from our smallest county to our largest, from Alpine County with 1,200 people in it to LA County with 10 million people in it. So interesting enough, there's San Bernardino County I mentioned with 2 million people in it. And as long as we're playing, look at the land area. We'll do this one, sort ascending. So we go from the smallest, which is San Francisco County, sure enough,
Hmm.
to the largest, which San Francisco is a county and a city all at once. Yes, I know very useful things. That's not one of the useful things. That's just a thing.
He
And
knows lots of unuseful things
I
too.
know, I know. So you can see how doing a joint is such a powerful thing. So what are
No,
some other
no, no,
examples
they
of
can't
that?
see it yet. Do the symbolization.
Oh. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that.
It's like
Okay,
you can
let's
see.
close this and right click symbology. And in this case, I want to do not single symbol. Don't worry, there'll be other chapters where we'll spend time on this, like soon. We'll do graduated colors because who doesn't want to graduate? And look, it's using the land area as the symbology. No,
It's
that is
probably
not
the
useful.
first numeric that it came across.
Yeah, but anyway, so that's San Bernardino County, by the way. You can see, yes, it's very large.
Yeah.
Um, and San Francisco County, you can't even see here. But let's say that we do it seniors. And so now we can see that these northern counties, and this is percentage, which I would clean that up, but we're not going to do that right now. Not important.
And it's interesting that this higher percentage of seniors are in sort of more rural counties.
Yeah, these are lots of retirees.
Oh,
Well,
why are they
actually, let's put it
retiring
another
though?
way.
That's weird.
Not many people who aren't retirees is kind of the issue here. If you looked at the average age,
Oh, that's
we could certainly map that out. Because if we go back here, we're not doing this right now, but this has the median age in
yeah.
there,
And of course, you didn't delete your original table, so you still have
right?
all that extra stuff.
Yeah. So I could go back and recreate my seniors table, but also include the median age, right? So, so what's this useful for beyond doing like census and things like that? Suppose that you're a business and you have multiple locations, and you want to attach your customer information to each location. Or let's say you're a school. Well, let's attach our student information. Or like how many students uh, is each school serving? Um, or how many teachers is each school serving? And just a lot of
Teacher student ratio or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, of course, once we brought that in, as we'll see in later chapters, we can take that information and say, all right, well, so let's look at the areas with a higher student to teacher ratio, and let's put that together with income or higher rates of disability, or what are the other factors that might be involved? Or we may even ask the question, what are the other factors involved of the data that we have available? And the data you have available, as you will find out as you go through this book, is tremendous. The amount of stuff that's available to you is just crazy. So, you know what? I'm going to take a little detour here. I know you thought we already took a little detour. We're going to take another little detour.
It's what we do best.
Yeah.
We love us a
So
good detour.
the Living Atlas, this is just a ginormous source of data, and I do not use that word lightly. I know you have to be careful with how you use ginormous, but that's how it is. So
Yeah.
let's say we
Okay.
will,
No. This is for other chapters, Barry.
it's just it appear, just do real quick here.
Okay.
Just showing you the variety of thing that's available. So like if we look at risk populations, this is all data available for you to download and use in your project. I'm going to say, I just want layers. There's 200 of them. All regions, I'm going to take just the US. And now I'm down to what, 77 of them. And so we have wildfire risk, poverty status, broadband data collection. Like, oh, holy Toledo. We're talking a lot about Holy Toledo today because it's a lovely place, I guess. I haven't been there. Anyway,
All right.
all for you. all for you to use and figure some of these things out, right? So I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the magic of joining data. And you'll see as you're doing your projects and all that that this could come in really handy for you. So, and you always have chapter 4 that you can come back to as a reference.
Yay. What more could we possibly want? Okay, so we'll cut off the recording and we'll get this going.
All right,
See you
bye.
soon.